Hillbilly Nitro, your internet knife and gun guru. Here we are, guys, back with another episode, Christmas episode, White Christmas here in East Tennessee. Doesn't get any better than this. So let's get to it, guys. Boom. Daniel Defense V7 lightweight Aimpoint PRO. What can I say? Great optic, guys. I've been waiting to do this video for quite some time now. This battery has been on this optic, or in this optic, since, see, I've got it written down here. This is when I purchased the optic. April 3rd of 2015. So that was the day that I got the optic. I bought it, I purchased it used, and I went and bought a battery that day, just put a new battery in it. I think this is from around 2010. Could be wrong on that, maybe a 2011, somewhere in that area. It was in great shape when I got it, but it's bomb proof. These optics, and they sell themselves. Larry Vickers promotes them, and they're all over law enforcement rifles, military rifles out in the field. Their name holds their own. So, but the reason of this video, we're going to change the battery in it. Like I said, I've had this battery in this optic for over 5 years now. It's been on ever since. I've never turned it off. Well, I did turn it off one time. I bought the +2 or a +1 battery kit right here. Purchased that sometime at the beginning of the year, of this year, 2020. It's a crazy year of 2020. You can find these on eBay. You'll get 2 of them usually. They're about 10 bucks. They'll go on the Compium for anyone that uses this this battery right here. These will work in. So pretty cool. It just gives you an extra spare battery, and you'll have 10 years on your on your Aimpoint, I guess. But they actually suggest like a 3-year battery life on here. The rule of thumb is, from everybody, is to change your battery out once a year, but I was just kind of testing to see what this battery would do. Let's go ahead and get it off the rifle here. The Aimpoint, what is this mount? The QRP2 mount there, great mount. It's got a ratcheting system to it there, you can see. It ratchets on your rail, that way you don't over tighten. Great, great mount. So you can see it's still pretty bright. It's on max right there, but it has lost a little brightness. I just noticed it about a month or 2 ago that it started going down a little bit. See, I've got it all the way on. I could keep it on setting. Right there is where I keep it on in the safe, ready to go. That's pretty much a good dot for low light. See if you guys can check that out there. Anyways, it's a 2 MOA dot there. It looks a little big on camera, but it's just because it's magnified a little bit there with the lens. Great optic there. I usually take that off when I'm at the range, and I see I've got my battery date written down right there. 4 of 2015. But we're going to change the battery out in this and let you guys check out the +1 battery kit. I think that's pretty cool right there. This is the older version. The newer versions have their own battery and kind of have their own battery cap system there that holds it on there. They've done away with this rubber strap here, but I like to look at these older ones here. As you can see there, you have some. This is compatible with all versions of night vision. So it's off right there, and then there's a night vision there. You won't be able to see it. Night vision there, you won't be able to see it. Night vision there, you won't be able to see it. And then you start getting into the modes of where you can see for daylight. And I think since it's dead, it's not really showing up. I'm not seeing anything. There it is. Yeah, you can barely see it right there. And there. And these last two is pretty much where I run this when I'm at the range out in the daylight. Usually right there, one back from being constant all the way on. That's usually where I run it in the daylight settings, but I have turned it up all the way. But that dot is much smaller in person. So anyways, let's get to changing this. Enough yakking here. These can be a little tedious to get off here. You don't want to put the He-Man strength on them when you're tightening them, but you want them on there pretty good. I could probably pull this there. That'll help out. Take that off right there. Remember to keep your, if you're new to this optic right here, you have rubber seals on your turret caps here. Just keep a little grease on that, oil, whatever. Keep your seals there good, but you don't have to keep them tightened down too much there. Just a little snugged up by the hand. So we're going to take off the original there first, our battery cap. This is the one that actually comes with the optic. This one right here. This is the +2 battery kit. Now there would be an extra battery in here, but I don't have extra battery in it, but we're gonna put one in it. So I got 2 batteries here. I'm gonna give you guys a little place to score these batteries at a fairly good price. This is my first time dealing with them, but my battery supplier.com is where I purchased these batteries at, and cheapest price on the web that I could find. As you can see, $3.99 a piece. Usually pretty much everywhere else, this is the price for one, like $6.99 and Aim Surplus, I think, Primary Arms. One of those two had them for like $6.99 a pop. But I always go with the Duracells. That's what's in this one. Anyways, let's get back to this. So, you may want to check that place out. Took about a week for them to get here. I screwed that one in there tight. Screwed that in there tight. There we go. Like I said, you can order these +2 kits on eBay if they're still on there. About $9, and you'll get 2 of them for some reason. They come in packs of 2, and you can actually screw that extra one on there if you want to. Put an extra battery in there, have a +2. But I don't put it on there because I keep my little turret strap here on there. There's my original battery. As you can see, I wrote the date down. That's how I keep up with it there. Actually, it's 404 when I put the battery in it. So we will open these. Sure everything's the same there, yep. And we are going to go ahead and put, since it's the end of the year, 1-2020. There we go. So there's our battery date, new battery date there, since it's pretty much the beginning of the year there. It's Christmas Eve, and it's snowing in East Tennessee. So we're going to throw that back in there. You can see what that looks like there. Just a great optic. And if you're trying to make the decision up between maybe a Hollow Sun, a Trijicon, a Vortex, the Spark 2, those are all great optics and probably serve you well. But if you've got the cash, make sure I put that in there right. If you've got the cash, I would say purchase one of these. I mean, buy once, cry once. That's what I did, and I love it. I may eventually just snug that up there. I may eventually upgrade this to the Wilcox mount. I don't know if that's really an upgrade, but it's that Wilcox mount, M62, I believe it is, Wilcox mount. It probably gonna save a little bit on weight. This mount is a little heavy, but not bad. Nothing you can't live with. And it is I believe it's an absolute co-witness mount. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because I can pop my sights up on there and it's pretty much co-witness with them. Okay, now we're going to throw the other one in here. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't believe that you really have to do this. I'm just going to take a piece of tape here, a little square, and I'm going to stick it over the edge of that. Now this battery compartment looks like it has, that's not metal, that's some kind of carbon, maybe like carbon fiber or something in there. It's like a carbon, non-metallic. So I guess it won't run your battery down, but I'm just gonna put that over it just in case, just to be on the safe side. You can see it down in there, it's kind of dark. There it is. We're gonna stick that down in there. It holds in there like so. Now, it's attached to my optic, duh. Look like, yeah, those gas or O-rings are fine on there. They've got a little bit of oil on them, I can see. Otherwise, I would go ahead and service that while I've got it off. Snug that up real good. Now we'll stretch our rubber back over here. There we are. Now we will turn her on. That's all the way on. I can tell that's, yeah, I can tell that's a little bit brighter than it was all the way on there. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you guys another little bit of information here. If you guys that have trying to figure out if you have astigmatism in your eye or whatever, and that's if you your dot. Let's see here. If your dot starts looking a little like it's got an arc on it, you should notice your dot should look like that in your optic. Okay, if your dot starts looking like this right here, it starts going flaring out like that, or it has an arc on it like that. Now, the way you can test to see if it's your optic or your eye, all you have to do is hold your optic out in front of you, locate the dot, and turn the optic. If it's your eye, the arc will stay the same. If it's the optic has an issue with the dot, it will turn with the optic. So when you turn your optic, if you have an issue with your dot, like your dot's got arcs on it, where it's kind of blurry or whatever, if you turn it and the arcs turn with the optic, that means it's your dot and not your eye. If it's your eye, that arc will stay the same as you turn the optic. So that's how you check your dot out there. I have a bit of a, I don't know if it's astigmatism, or I've been told I have a little scar on my lens over my eye, like my cornea or something like that. And they told me I needed to have like surgery for it, but I get a bit of an arc on this, but it's nothing that really bothers me too bad. I can compare it to my Trijicon ACOG. that has an etched reticle in it, and it's crystal clear. But I do get a bit of an arc. I get a little something like this on this, but it doesn't bother me too bad. Usually the brighter I go with it, it gets worse. But so go back 1, 2, 3, and that's about where I keep it at right there for nightstand, home defense, if you want to call it that. But that's it, guys. That's we'll throw it on the rifle. Let you guys check out the mount here. But yeah, I can't say enough great stuff about this optic. Great optic. I've had it out in the cold weather. I've had it out in the hot weather. A lot of you guys, if you've seen get some of the gun videos coming up, you'll see this out there. So what you do when you're ratcheting your QRP2 mount down, first, you either go all the way back or all the way forward, just whichever one you want to do. If you've got a little wiggle room there, if it's kind of loose. So I usually go all the way back. It's not really loose, but I just go all the way, pull all the way back on it. I get it snugged up by hand. Okay, I go 1, 2, 3, and it's set. It's ratcheted perfect down. It's not going anywhere. It will hold 0. Just if I take it off, I put it back on, same spot, and then pull back on it, do the 3 turns, hold 0 perfect. So that's how you work the ratcheting system on it. Great mount. That knob sticks out a little bit. Some people have issues with that knob, but I haven't had any issues with it. So that is the Aimpoint PRO Patrol Rifle Optic there. Here's your box that it comes with. Right there, there's your box it comes with. Comes with an Allen wrench. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's some extra screws for the mount if you want to take one of the risers off the mount. Comes with your instructions there. And there's it's a Comp M3 there, but specs for the Comp M3. The Aimpoint PRO, to my understanding, is exactly half battery life of the Comp M3. Comp M3 goes up to like 5 years, as the Comp M4 does. So, but I've heard good things about the carbine optic that they make. The ACO mount or optic they make. ACO, it just comes with a different mount, and you don't get the lens covers, and I think there's a little bit of a different coating on the front of it there, but great optic as well. I wouldn't think twice about using one of those. But it's just a video for you Aimpoint guys, a little info knowledge I got on it, and wanted to change the battery out. I finally get to change the battery out. So I thank you guys for tuning in. If you ain't subbed up to the channel, sub up. You can't see all these great, awesome videos. We're going to be hitting the gun range soon with the Block 1 clone. So sub up to the channel, guys. Hillbilly is over and out of here, guys. Peace. Merry Christmas.